I am not a paid affiliate of any of the companies that you are about to see in this video. I'm doing this strictly on my own free will to inform the public about electronic cigarettes. Enjoy the show.
Hi, I'm Brian, and I am an electronic cigarette user. Have you just switched from traditional cigarettes or want to quit? Or have you already been using electronic cigarettes and want to know more about what you're using? Or if you just want to expand your knowledge, and if you're watching this video, I'm going to inform you more about electronic cigarettes. And if you're just switched from traditional cigarettes, I'm going to help you make the choice that best suits you. From pricing to brands to what electronic cigarettes are to what e-liquids and cartomizers. I'm going to give you the whole details on a universe that you have never seen before. So let's get started. Better understand electronic cigarettes, I need to teach you how they work. So first off, we have the battery. This is Blue's electronic cigarette battery. They come in all different shapes and sizes. And over here, I have Nicotex Metro electronic cigarette. I used to vape these, but not anymore, because now I use Blue and because of what they offer, but I'll get to that later. So yeah, they come in all different shapes and sizes. This is the battery, which activates the atomizer, which is the gold top part right here, which heats up a liquid-based nicotine solution, also composed of propylene glycol and vegetable glycol. The difference between the two glycols is one gives you a throat hit like normal cigarettes would, and the other doesn't. Depending on the type of person you are, is who you are. Now, traditionally, these two parts come in three parts. The atomizer is a separate component all on its own, and the cartridge is a whole separate component on its own. What you would traditionally have to do is screw in the atomizer into the cartridge, making it a cartomizer, and that is how the flavor unlocks, and that's how it whole works. So putting all these things together, you get a vape, which looks something like this. Yep, something just like that. There's over 50 plus brands out there, ranging from Blue to Nicotech and 21st Century Smoke. Those are the three brands I've actually had come in contact with, and those are the three brands I know personally. And also, depending on where you are, is the brand you choose as well. You can also order electronic cigarettes offline, but it's more convenient to order, go to the local drugstore and buy them. Most of these electronic cigarette sites have store locators that you can use to locate where electronic cigarettes are sold. For example, Blues usually are sold at Walgreens or any major drugstore. Metros, on the other hand, are sold at Kroger gas stations, as far as I know. And then 21st Century Smoke are sold at Walmart gas stations, also known as Murphy USA, Circle K, and Speedway. Now, with the electronic cigarette brand you chose also comes the price of buying the basic starter kit. Now, there are also disposables of the same brands you end up buying, but if you really feel like, oh, I'm going to get really into this, you're obviously going to buy the starter kit at one point in time. Now, the starter kits really do range in price. They range from $20 is the cheapest I've seen to at least $80, which is the most expensive I've seen. So, first off, we have Nicotex Metro, and I'll be referring to 21st Century Smoke, Blue Cigs, and Nicotex Metro through the course of this video if I haven't mentioned that earlier. So Nicotex start at $20 for one battery, two cartomizers, and one USB charger in a convenient little carrying tin that you can easily stuff in your pocket. 21st Century Smoke, they come with three cartomizers, one battery, and a USB charger, but no carrying case or tin of any sort. So yeah, you're kind of left with stuffing in your pocket. While Blues, on the other hand, which starts at $49.99, if I haven't mentioned how much 21st Century Smoke costs, it's $20 again. So $49.99, but you literally do, with all electronic cigarettes, you get what you pay for. So what you pay for with Blue is a rechargeable carrying case. It holds up to 5 cartomizers, 2 slots, one for charging a battery, one for holding a battery, and it literally looks like a cigarette pack. And when anybody walks by you and sees this, they're like, wow, what is that? Oh, it's an electronic cigarette. Oh my god, that's basically the reaction I get every time I use these and I have this just out laying in public. And also, when you pay that $49.99, you get a convenient little carrying case, where I wouldn't call it a carrying case. I call it a storage case because it holds a lot of your electronic cigarette needs. And I'll get to whatever's in here later. It's huge. You can store a lot of your Cartomizers in here to be refilled, or if you have a lot of packs, they can be stored in here. At least I'd say maybe 5 or 10 or 15 of them even. Yeah. Whenever you're traveling, you can just carry this with you, and then you have all your electronic cigarette essentials in here. A lot of companies will do a lot of things, a lot of good things, like make these so that it's easier for you to carry around, to store your electronic cigarette needs, and overall, it's ergonomics. Now, when you're done with your starter Cartomizers that you got with your starter kit, you're probably thinking, oh, I gotta go out and get more. Yes, you do the first time, and there's a good reason why, and I'll get to that in a minute. Now, Cartomizers for each of these brands, Nicotex and 21st Century Smoke, usually range from $10.99 to $8.99. It depends on which brand you get, and usually they come with tobacco and menthol if you don't get it from their online site. On their online site, they have more flavors. I'm not exactly sure or aware of what more flavors they could possibly have. You'll have to figure that one out for yourself. Blues, on the other hand, have a lot more variety when it comes to their Cartomizers, because you have choices from obviously tobacco and menthol, and then you have things like vanilla, cherry, and Java Jolt, which is obviously coffee. But their stuff is a little more expensive, but they come from a e-liquid producer called Johnson Creek, and their stuff is made up in Wisconsin, and it's all purely American made. And I'll get to e-liquid in a second. So yeah, $16.99 for their Cartomizers, but they come in a pack of 5, and you literally get what you pay for. And now, like I mentioned, e-liquid, what is it? And you're also thinking, why do I have to pay this much just to get more of what I need? Well, you don't exactly have to do that. Once you get enough Cartomizers, you can buy stuff what's called e-liquid, which is literally liquid nicotine and propylene glycol and vegetable glycol in these little 10 milliliter bottles. They do come bigger, but the bigger they are, the more you have to pay. 10 milliliters usually last you about a month, maybe more. The brand here is Techie Sig, which is also known, I think, as Phoenix Cigs down in the south. So they usually come in milligrams ranging from 24 milligrams to 36 milligrams, all the way to 0 up and down. The highest I've ever seen is 36, and the milligram stands for the amount of nicotine in here. And yeah, there are more varieties of flavor with e-liquid. Once your Cartomizers are all vaped up, you can basically choose any flavor you want and refill it with your own e-liquid. I have a video that I'll post after the credits roll and in the description box showing how to refill your Cartomizers. But for now, yeah. So right now I have vanilla, and all you basically do is pop open the caps of any Cartomizer. I'm basically mentioning what I'm performing in that video. You basically pop open the cap of the Cartomizer, drip a few drops in there, and then there you go. You're ready to go back and vape. And yeah, like I said, this lasts about a month, and it's 10 times as cheaper than buying the Cartomizers. I personally prefer. So yeah, so after explaining all this, you're probably wondering, why should I get an electronic cigarette? Well, obviously the big 3 are no tar, no ash, no smell. And number 4, you can smoke them literally almost anywhere. Personally, I've done it at Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport when waiting for a plane to come in the terminal. They don't care. Bowling alleys, restaurants, you know, almost any places. Even movie theaters too, when you're actually in the screening room. You can get away with it almost anywhere. And I use the term get away with it very loosely because it's your right to vape in there because it's not tobacco, it's not combustion, and it does not exactly smell. It only smells like the flavor that you're vaping. So after explaining this, I hope you guys have been very well informed. If there's anything I've missed, please comment in the description box or wherever else I post.
One other thing I forgot to mention in this video is the term vaping. Vaping basically means it's water vapor, because I forgot to mention also in this video that the ingredients inside the cartridge is also distilled water. That's why everybody uses the term vaping. So when someone comes up to you asking if you're smoking, you simply reply, "No, I'm vaping."
So until next time, I'll see you guys later and keep on vaping.